Hey everybody, welcome back to West Corners Custom Cycles, and welcome back to the Underground Garage. Today we're going to get the wiring done on this bike, or at least started. As you can see, I got the front fender off. What I'm working on right now is getting the wiring that goes to this front light, goes on the front of the fender here. Getting this wired up so I can get it wired up to where I can get power from. I want to try and hide all the wiring as best as I can. I'm going to bring you over here, show you what I got going on, and we'll go from there. All right, got the wire coming in here, comes down inside the fender, and then it comes back out. You can see here, did this without it being like the Blair Witch Project. There's 3 bolts. Now that wire is running right through this channel and back all 3 of these bolts. And it's coming out the front here. So when this is all in where it's supposed to be, like it was, the wire is going to come out the front, around here, and then we're going to hook these 2 wires together. We're going to solder them, get the light back on the front here, and get the fender back on the bike. I'm going to run the wire where it comes out here. It's going to run right up alongside the speedometer cable. Make it as invisible as possible. All right, I'm going to get this soldered up and back together, back on the bike, and I'll show you the done version. All right, there it is. It's running right down the inside of this leg here. Goes right back in through the fender here, along the inside. Coming out right here, out that hole there. And it's going to run right up alongside this black Speedo cable. And run it right up the side of that. And I'm going to get something to put in this hole right here that's going to hold them both off the fender so we don't ruin the new paint. Alrighty. Now we're going to move up here to the tri-light bar. And we're going to get all 5 of these lights wired up. All right, I'll take you through and I'll show you how we're going to do this side, and obviously that's how we're going to do the same on the other side. These 2 wires here for the headlight, and they come back to those 2 wires up there with the white plastic connections on them. Everything's going to have to run up to that because that goes up to the switch on the handlebars. So all these lights are going to eventually run back to those 2 wires, which run up to the switch on the handlebar. Okay. I'll be back. Okay, everybody. I know I said on this bagger here that I was just going to hook up what was the turn signals as just riding lights. But I decided I'd rather have turn signals on it, especially if my wife's riding it, or if I ever decide to sell it down the road, which I have no intention of doing. Not right now anyway. But this is what I ordered. It is a turn signal horn switch, and it's just universal. I think it came off Amazon or one of the other sellers on eBay. But anyway, you can find them. They're all over the place. I think it was like $12. Got 7 wires on it, and you hook it up and you'll have horn, and you can see left, right, and then this is your turn signal switch, and then this is your horn. Okay, well, I'm going to show you how we're going to get this on here, and we'll be back in a second. Hey everybody, Pat here again from West Corners Custom Cycles. Welcome back to the Underground Garage. Working on this 91 bagger again. Just want to get this video finished out on what I'm doing with the wiring on it. I can't do all the wiring right now because I actually have to pull the front and rear fender off. As you can see, the tank is already off. And if I do all the wiring and put all the connectors and plugs on the end of the wires, I'm not going to be able to back them out through the holes they're in and then feed them back through after it comes back from paint. So I'm going to take you through, show you what I'm going to do while everything's out for paint. I'm going to jump on another project, but then when it comes back, it'll all be ready to go. All right, let me get this thing in my hand and I can take you around it. All right, I already showed you that I was going to put the turn signal switch on here, but I ran into a snag with that. This wiring loom right here is coming out of the handlebars. That turn signal switch that I got is a slide-on one. It doesn't open up or, you know, or come in halves where I can put it around the bar and put it back together. So I may have to order a different one because I can't slide that up past this wire loom. And it needs to go up a little farther where it goes between this right here and the perch right here, which holds your master cylinder. It's actually got to go right in here, but I can't get it past this loom to get it there. So that's where that's at. So I'm going to have to figure that out. But either way, I come down here. This wire goes for the light on the tri-bar up here, and there's one on the other side just like it. I'm going to extend them up. They're going to come together with the headlight. So whenever the headlight comes on, those three come on. I'm thinking about putting a toggle switch in so I can turn them on and off when I'm trying to start the bike. I'm also going to run them back. They're going to come up. And, well, these ones actually are just going to wire in where the headlight is. But now these turn signals, I'm going to wire them. That's the red and black wires here. I'm going to have them go to the turn signal switch. Turn signal switch wire is going to come down the backbone here on the front of the rear fender up here. Where is it? I have a breaker. I'm going to wire in, I believe, one more breaker for the turn signals, and I might even wire another one in for the rest of all these riding lights I'm putting on, because on the back of this, I'm adding two riding lights and two turn signals on the front. And then on the back here, we're going to have the two turn signals. We're going to have the three tail and brake lights, and then this is another light down here. So with all that on there, I might put a breaker into those too. But that's where we're at on that. Now let me get the drop light. I want to take you in and show you where we're going on this rear fender. I've got everything run. We can see down in here. Now, this wire here is the one coming from the light on the bottom of the fender. That I'm going to bring up, and I'm going to tie it into this loom right here, because this is for the brake light and the riding light. I'm going to hook that into the riding light wire, and then I'll just have the two wires going from this to run up through the fender and up to the battery. Now, this purple and black wire and these two wires here are the turn signals. Now, I'm going to show you where I'm going to run these things. Get this steadied here. The turn signals are going to go in this hole here. Now, this hole is covered on the other side here by the fender strut. So it's going to duck in here. And get the light out. The heck was that? I think I got a bare, oh, I see I got a bare wire on my drop light. Okay. Well, it's going to come back out this hole here. And then I'm going to come through the inside of the fender. I'll probably have to put a P-clip here to hold the wire. And it's going to go back out this hole, which is going to be hidden by the seat when the seat is on. And then it'll go down here, you know, down in here to the battery. So nobody's going to see that wire. Now, I'm going to do the same thing over here. The hole is here. It's going to come up, back to here. It's going to go back out, come back up, and down to where the battery is. So those will both be hid. The hole there, and there's another one right on the other side and back of this camera, are going to be where the wires right here that come in from the saddlebags for the two lights that are on the back of the two saddlebags. I'm going to have to hide them up and run them up the side of this. They're going to come in here or just tie into the wires that I've got going up for the tail lights, for the riding light and the brake light, because that's what these ones on the back of these saddlebags are. They are tail lights and brake lights also. So I'm going to try and tie everything back together with itself back here, so I got less wires to run all the way up through. But you can see this is a to hold the wire off the tire, and then if I, you know, come up through here, come in through here behind the fender strutter, it should keep everything off the tire, where I'm not going to have an issue with that. So that's how all that's going to go. All right, everybody. I'm going to work on getting all this rear fender off. Got to get the front fender off. I already showed you what I did with the light up on the front of that. This light here, wiring's all run for that already. So that's how the wiring is all going to go. So I'm going to get this all apart. Tank's already off. Get these two fenders off. Talk to the paint guy. And for you who are about to ask the question, no, I did not get the Sportster painted yet either. It is actually sitting right here, right next to the bagger here. I still got to paint that fender and the front one on this. It is April 2nd today. Getting my bike, the Skull bike, ready to go. Got the battery charger on that, because my stereo up here on the handlebars was hooked right straight to the battery, and it kept sucking the battery down. So I took care of that yesterday, rewired it till it only comes on with the ignition. That's Mama's bike over there. Hers is ready to go. I started it yesterday. So that's where we're at. And then I think I'm going to jump right back here on the Ligero and get this piston in here, because I don't like leaving this motor open. Okay, well, I guess that gives you a rundown on where I'm at and where I'm headed. Okay, everybody, as always, be safe, be kind to each other. It's April 2nd here in New York. It's sunny out there, you can't see with the glare, but weather is about 35, 40 degrees today. Yesterday it was actually 70. This is another one I want to get going here. I just got to finish wiring on this, and that should be a running little 125 Harley dirt bike. But all right, people, I'll catch you in the next video. Till then, peace out.